now with assistant coach Harry Mahesh, the Kings, a ultra heartbreaker tonight, first game of the new year. 6-5 overtime loss to the Wenatchee Wild. Again, with Harry Mahesh. And, Harry, we talked about the one on Saturday stinging. This one stings a little more and a little deeper tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I know I usually come on here and do my best to break down the game, but, if anybody watched or, listened along, it was just disappointing. I mean, 5-1 going into the third. We were definitely, in full control of that game, and we're a better team than we showed in the third, and it's kind of at a loss for words, to be honest.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. We'll get to the third period first, but we got to start with this first two periods here, because especially in the first period, this was, I think, a portion of the Kings game we haven't really seen at all this season, the fast-paced, high-intensity right from the opening faceoff.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of our best weeks of practice. I know I've been saying that kind of down the stretch where, we saw the improvement in our game, but, we had a 4-day practice week. We really liked it. We were super prepared for this game, and it showed early, like you just mentioned. And we get up to a 2-0 lead there, and things are feeling good, and we're working hard. And to be honest, we weren't surprised at all. And it was just coming out of the first, things were going our way for sure.
And then you go into the second period with the 2-0 lead. You get that again, that just a bad bounce to the corner for the second game in a row. They get one, but you guys bounce back from that again and again. You guys just continue to roll on. You exploit the holes that you found in their defense on that Marcus Deshevsky goal, and again 5-1 after two periods.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be kind of a common theme. There's a weird one that's going in, but I mean that's, I guess, a little out of our control when it kicks off the dasher so low behind right in front for an empty net. But I mean, like you said, we weathered it, and we kind of, I guess we're used to it. I mean, there's kind of adversity in all ends, including our own rink kind of battling us. But yeah, we come back, and then obviously we get a power play goal. Deshevsky with a nice goal, and Bentham, and then, like I said, everything was kind of going to the game plan. I mean, it was going to the game plan. We were, the bench was up, everything was positive, and again, not a ton to critique in those first two periods, that's for sure.
And then you go into the third period, and then the Wild will score 3 goals in the first 6 minutes, and then tie it at the buzzer, 5 seconds left. And I know it's tough to explain, but can you explain, what happened out there? Because it just seemed like the Wild just came out and finally woke up.
Well, it's one thing, they get the first one on the power play, and it's, okay, that's fine. We killed off 2, and then they get that one. But then it's one of those things where once that third one came in, it was like it put us on our heels way more than it should have. And I don't know why. It's like, it's one thing when you're out there. I mean, anybody who's watched hockey recently with the World Juniors, as a fan, you can kind of sense the tides turning. And I'm not saying that we felt it, but it just felt like there's no reason for us to be on our heels at 5-3. But then the emotion and the discipline, we went from an ultra high, and we were still up 2, but it felt like, we called that timeout. It's like, guys, like it's we're up 2 goals with 18, 17 minutes left. Like, we should be fine. But no, it was just, I don't want to say it was a little uncharacteristic for us, because we've talked in the past about we're a little bit more resilient group, but that one just left a bad taste in our mouth. And then they get the third one, and then basically from there it was like we weren't really attacking. We were just holding on, and then we couldn't hold on for 5 seconds longer. And then, there's no blame to go around. Just as a team, there was no buy-in to defending leads. It's okay to try to, score goals, but man, once this gets down the stretch here in the playoff hockey, defending leads is absolutely critical. And you can't always do that with offense. Like, to go into a third period up 4, you don't even have to worry about, getting 15, 20 shots. You just got to prevent 10 to 15 shots, and we didn't do that.
And we've seen that in games past, too, because we've talked about how the Kings have done really well with leads in the third period of shutting down, as you said, shutting down shots. We saw that, against Surrey when they were here in that last home game before the break. But again, tonight, and as you mentioned, too, kind of giving up those first 2 goals quickly really just sucked the energy out of the Kings and out of the building as well, it felt like. Yeah,
like I said, it was just, 2 quick ones, and again, like, I always use the mentality of what if we just scored 2 to make it 5-3. It's all about perspective. It really isn't at that point. It's it's a lesson these guys are gonna have to learn. Like, whenever you're playing with a lead, you're winning. You're in control of that game, and And it's funny how momentum works in sports, and it just felt like once that happened, we were kind of chasing the third period, gave up some odd man rushes where, in the first two we were creating them. And yeah, it's just, the thing with young guys like this is sometimes when things are going well, they tend to leave the game plan because, it's fun to score goals. It's fun to be up on the bench. It's fun to dominate a team. But, I mean, there's plenty of different ways to win a hockey game. And 5-1 and shutting down third period, that's what the true, the elite teams can do. They can walk into the third and say, yeah, we're just not giving anything up. Play boring hockey. The fans were having a good time in the first two. I mean, winning is not boring. So, that's the job we need to get done, and we didn't do it.
And you go into overtime, and it's been the story of the Kings over the last year and a half. Early end in overtime, first shot against, and tough one there, just sneaking under their arm and just crossing the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it crossed the goal line. I mean, that's, it's tough with video angles and stuff like that. But, we lost. We shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. And, yeah, I mean, I guess we kind of deserved it. We get a point. We win in overtime. Giving up a point against a non-conference team isn't the end of the world. You can walk out of here saying, hey, we won, and there's a giant learning lesson. I'd rather take learning lessons with 2 points than one. But, I mean, I'm not even going to defend the 1 point. We should have had two, and we're definitely not even happy with the one, to be honest.
Yeah, well, let's end here on a positive note. Of course, Alexei Van Hukachero made his Kings debut and really impressed. And just that line in general with him, Noah Ayer, and Adam Mendelson were by far the best line for the Kings tonight.
Yeah, he brings a good element of a little bit of everything, offense, physicality. He's a very smart player, very confident player, finishes checks. He came in, he gave us a good spark, early on, and he's a great guy, and the guys, enjoy having him here. And, you can kind of see another tier from Mendelson. They're good buddies from back home, and, I thought Mendelson had one of his better games. His speed is an asset for sure, and you saw that. And then Noah Ayer, like we've been talking about for a while now, he's just been finding another level. And yeah, that line was good. But it's I don't think it's tough to kind of look at positives. Even though you're absolutely right, that line was good for us tonight.
And then of course it's a quick turnaround tomorrow. You face a divisional opponent and the Capitals tomorrow night right back here at the Hap.
Yeah, I mean, last I checked, I think they'd either won or were up here. So, they're probably feeling good about themselves. But, I mean, we got to handle business tomorrow. I mean, we gotta go out and absolutely handle our business, and a little bit of redemption for tonight. So however it gets done, I don't really care. But we got to walk out with 2 points tomorrow.
Well, a tough one tonight, but the Kings will look to pick up 2 points and finish off with a 3-point weekend tomorrow against Couch and here at the Hap. Thank you very much for your time here, Harry.
Yeah, thanks, Kaiser.